It's safe to say that in recent years, Roblox has released plenty of bad updates. After the first few bad updates rolled out by the game, people were pretty angry, but the sheer consistency of the bad updates has turned itself into a cycle. Roblox releases a bad update, the community gets pissed, forgets after a few days, rinse and repeat. However, Roblox managed to outdo themselves this time. They managed to put out an update that was so bad, it caused the entire community to rally against them, causing a protest against Roblox that went on for a few weeks. Lives were supposedly ruined, cries of the community were unheard, and Roblox burned, financially and reputationally. This is the story of public UGC, the worst Roblox update ever. I must preface this video by stating there could be a worse Roblox update, but I think most of us can agree that this update has single-handedly caused the most uproar ever seen by the Roblox community. I was still unsure, however, so I asked my community if they thought that this update was the worst, and to my surprise, an astounding 80% said yes. But still, some people are confused about how and why this Roblox update grew to be so hated, and to know why it is, we'll have to go back to the creation of UGC. UGC, short for user-generated content, had been a concept as early as 2015, but wouldn't become a reality until 4 years later. The first ever Roblox UGC was released on August 15th, 2019, and access to create UGCs was given to some of Roblox's most trusted developers. Over time, leniency was granted, and you could submit applications to be in the program on the developer forum. And thus, the UGC catalog was born. Some of the first UGCs provided by developers were praised for their uniqueness and originality, such as the Despacito spider and the triple head stack. Sure, some items weren't necessarily the greatest, such as the golden parrot created by Roblox YouTuber Ant, but besides this item and a few others, most UGC items were pretty good. Even if people had some criticisms for UGC back then, they were few and far between and nothing compared to the uproar that frequently occurs today. Perhaps the biggest criticism that UGC got back then was the fact that some popular UGC creators would retexture meshes and create UGCs that were identical mesh-wise. This scrutiny would be short-lived, however. In September 2021, it was announced by Roblox that UGC access would eventually be more accessible as they were going to allow people to upload UGCs through groups. Only a bit of leeway, can't be too bad, right? A month later, at RDC 2021, it was also announced that UGC Limiteds were going to become a reality eventually. The former would be released on September 27th, only 4 days after its original announcement, but the latter, on the other hand, wouldn't be released until 2023. In March 2022, Roblox allowed UGC creators to upload jackets to the catalog, and a month later, Roblox added layer clothing, adding more possibilities. While this update faced some backlash, it wasn't the UGC community's fault, rather, people were angry at Roblox becoming more futuristic. You'll have to remember that this was around the time that animated faces and more realistic avatars had been added, with all these features creating a slightly abhorrent combo. Another bad thing would happen for UGC when Roblox removed the UGC category from the catalog, making these items harder to find. Again, this was Roblox's fault. Things wouldn't get really bad until 2023 when the UGC community began to crumble slightly. Who to Trust has been one of Roblox's most established UGC creators since his inception into the program. He created extremely popular UGCs that were favorited thousands, even tens of thousands of times, and had made a significant amount of money for the Roblox platform. Roblox even honored him with his very own Roblox toys sold in stores. However, Trust's possibly million-dollar empire would collapse in early 2023 when allegations against the creator began to surface. Trust was called out for actions in a Discord server of his, but what made the situation worse was a cover-up of the allegations against him. I won't go in-depth on the allegations due to their explicit nature, but I heavily encourage watching Green Lego Cats' videos giving the whole spiel. Following his fallout, Trust was essentially ostracized from the Roblox community, never to upload another UGC again. Roblox didn't ban his account, and why would they? He made a lot of money for the platform, and it's not uncommon for platforms to treat people who make lots of money for them like kings. Anyways, when all was said and done, Trust was no longer a member of the UGC community. Some people felt betrayed, some angry, some sad, which makes Roblox's next decision have extraordinarily bad timing. Remember how Roblox teased UGC Limiteds during RDC 2021? Roblox decided that April 2023 was a good time to implement them into the game, and on April 5th, UGC Limiteds became available on the Roblox catalog. The community's reaction to this update was mostly negative, partially because people didn't see the point in user-generated limiteds. Roblox intended for UGC Limiteds to replace regular limiteds, but people were quick to find out that this update mainly benefited the UGC creators. A large turnoff for many people was the fact that the revenue split when selling a UGC for Robux was 50-50 instead of the usual 70-30, 70% going to the seller, 30% going to Roblox. A lot of people were concerned that UGC was going to become a toxic, unmoderated wasteland in the future, and unfortunately, their suspicions would become a reality. But for now, the inception of UGC Limiteds was just another bad update among the many other Roblox had released, which is what its legacy appeared to be. But over time, UGC got much worse. It started with people uploading renders of people's faces to the Roblox marketplace, and while this isn't that bad, it would foreshadow what came next. It's not uncommon for Roblox users to long for expensive avatar items, with some even spending thousands of their parents' hard-earned money just to get a cool-looking 3D accessory. One of Roblox's most common must-haves is a head accessory called the Dominus. Since the release of the first Dominus in 2010, the accessory's price has fluctuated to tens of millions, sometimes hundreds of millions of Robux, depending on the variation. This has led to the massive popularity of the item, with people creating item combos to try and mimic the look of the accessory to little avail. No one ever tried to blatantly rip off the item, because who would be shameless enough to do that? Like, who would do that? There's no one who would do that, right? Right? Starting in what appears to be October 2023, there was a large influx of Dominuses being uploaded to the UGC catalog. You see, users had found a loophole where if you said in your Dominus's description that your intention was not to violate Roblox's rights and you had made your mesh from scratch, you could upload a Dominus to the catalog without breaking TOS. Roblox moderation, possibly feeling lazy, felt like that was a good enough excuse. And so much to the dismay and delight of the user base, Dominuses as well as Valkyries were consistently uploaded to the Roblox catalog along with other replicas of expensive avatar items. It started with these knockoffs only being attainable through games as a prize, but today the catalog is littered with these fake accessories. While this made most of the Roblox player base sad, angry, and betrayed, it was just another bad thing that happened on the platform and people seemed to brush it off. At least access to creating these kinds of items was severely limited to only people in the UGC program, and it wasn't like anyone could create these kinds of avatar items. Oh, come on. On April 15th, 2024, Roblox made the UGC program a lot easier to get into, with you being required to have a subscription to the 2 highest tiers of premium, as well as having your ID verified with Roblox to be incepted. As soon as this update was released, people took to the Roblox marketplace, only to find it littered with cubes, more ripoffs, and copyrighted items. Frustrated, a good part of the Roblox Twitter community would bombard Roblox's Twitter post announcing the new update. And wow, people hated this update. Some people said UGC was ruined. Some said this ruined the livelihoods of UGC creators, and a whole community was created just to boycott Roblox for this update, mainly using this image. Even people who were happy about the leniency still had something to hate about this update. Lots were ecstatic when finding out that they had a shot at getting into the UGC program, but their smiles most likely turned to frowns when they found out that it cost 750 Robux to upload and a further 1,500 Robux to publish. This meant you had to spend 2,250 Robux, equivalent to roughly $28 to upload your model. Not only that, but they raised the per stock price of free UGC Limiteds from 20 to 100 Robux. So if you put out a free UGC Limited with a stock of 1,000, you'd have to pay a whopping 100,000 Robux. Still, if your accessory wasn't free and you had enough talent and confidence that your accessory would reel in many sales, the 2,250 Robux fee would be worth it. However, as stated previously, your item would most likely be drowned up by the many ripoffs, bad items, or bypassed items. This actually led to some prominent UGC creators on the platform leaving the program due to how bad it was. So there was something for everyone to hate in this update. But unlike most heavily disliked Roblox updates, the hate for this one would persist for a few weeks. That movement I talked about earlier would traverse throughout the reply section of Roblox tweets trying to ratio Roblox. No one ever successfully ratioed them, but some people certainly did get close. Awareness was spread by YouTubers like Creecraft and Flamingo about this monstrosity of an update, with everyone agreeing that this update was bad. A response from Roblox was inevitable, and on April 29th, Roblox would respond to all of the backlash. Now, I'm not going to read their tweet response word for word because that would be boring, but I'll give the rundown. Roblox assured marketplace creators that their feedback was being heard, stating that they had made significant updates to the catalog. While people appreciated Roblox taking the initiative and listening to the community, they have yet to make any changes, which led people to believe that for Roblox, feedback went in through one ear and out the other. To make things even worse for Roblox, investors took notice of the whole ordeal. When the update dropped, there wasn't any noticeable trend in their stock price, downward or upward. Despite this, when Roblox released its earnings for Q1 with higher revenue than usual, it failed to please investors, and Roblox's stock price plummeted 20%. Now, did this huge drop have anything to do with the update? Maybe. Maybe not. Yes, the timing was impeccable, but that doesn't confirm anything. It's far-fetched to say that Roblox's huge drop in stock price was mostly due to public UGC, but still, this was a huge blow to Roblox's already fragile reputation. Now, what came of it after everything that transpired, all the backlash, the tragedy, the loss? Nothing. While unsurprising, Roblox has done nothing to resolve its conflict with the community. As they do with any update, Roblox held their breath and waited for the backlash to subside so they could again start cooking. Burning another update. While it certainly took a long time, the hate has subsided as of late, with people giving up on trying to persuade Roblox. The aftermath of this update, some UGC creators quit and Roblox lost even more support from the community, with their stock price dropping a further 20% possibly as a result of this update. While it is very unfortunate to have an update like this, we just have to cross our fingers and hope Roblox doesn't make another mistake like this again.